Let's bring in ABC News senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky and ABC News contributor and former NYPD chief of detectives Robert Boyce. Thank you both for being on. Aaron, the suspect's arraignment just ended. You're there outside the courtroom. What happened?
Frank James made his first appearance here at federal court in Brooklyn on a single terror-related offense that accuses him of violating a law that makes it a crime to carry out a violent and premeditated attack on mass transit after crossing state lines. And the judge said that is exactly what happened. She said the complaint speaks for itself. James did not enter a plea. None was required today. He wore a light-colored T-shirt, glasses, and a mask. He answered a few rudimentary questions, and ultimately the judge said that she didn't really have a choice. By statute, he was held on a permanent order of detention. James didn't say much in court, didn't really look around very much. Diane, the prosecutor said that he terrorized morning subway commuters in a way that the city has not seen in more than 20 years, an evident reference to the September 11th attacks.
And Robert, NYPD initially said Frank James was wanted for attempted murder. Is that still on the table?
Oh, I think so much more is coming, just in these initial charges. And we looked like where he staged this event. He staged this event from Philadelphia, came in over the bridge, started it then in Brooklyn, parked the car, and started. So you have multi-states involved here. The FBI hit 2 doors last night in Philadelphia, finding more ammunition, more things they could use against them. And they can put together a timeline, exactly when this planning started. When he started using online, buying the filter mask. There's a lot more here. They're going to need more time to investigate it. And I think that's where we are. We wanted to hold him initially on the terrorism charges, clearly in law, but more is coming.
And Aaron, the police are now raising concerns about bad actors exploiting the attack in online messaging. What are they finding there?
This happens often after any number of attacks. People seize upon them and then try to exploit them for their own propaganda purposes. And that's what the NYPD says has happened in this particular case. Not long after the subway shooting unfolded, ISIS and al-Qaeda-linked groups already praised the attacker, Frank James, the police say, on social media sites and tried to use it to rally their own troops. We should say there's no evidence that James himself was motivated by any particular ideology at this stage anyway. Rather, police have been developing a picture of somebody who seemed to be angry about a lot of different things. There are a lot of irrational rants on social media, everything from Vladimir Putin to people experiencing homelessness on the subway. So they're still trying to develop a picture of what was in James's head as he allegedly carried out his shooting. We should tell you, Diane, his defense attorney, a federal public defender, has asked the judge to order that he undergo a psychiatric evaluation while he's held in custody.
And Robert, New York City Mayor Eric Adams now says that there will be security changes in the subway in response to this shooting. What might those changes look like, and what else do you think is coming down the pike? Do you see any possibility for increased services like mental health care, which some are also calling for?
Sure. So you're going to see some really proactive policing going on, what he's been trying to do for a while now, and increased deployment, substantial increased deployment down into the subways. He has to make them safe. It's part of his cornerstone of so far the first quarter of his mayoralty. So he wants to really amp this up. This should tamp down the discordant voices against that plan. When we have things like this of this nature, this extreme violence, we're seeing violence we haven't seen in many, many years. Subway crime is up 69%. This will be job one for him to be able to get this done. And I think he will get it done because people are tired of this, and this only magnifies the issue of safety on subways.
So, Aaron, what's next for this case?
Well, there's no new return date set just yet, but it seems that Frank James is going to be held in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center here in downtown Brooklyn for the foreseeable future while his case works its way through the federal court system. As Chief Boyce says, it's possible that additional charges could be added, but for now, it's enough to hold him on the one terror-related charge that he's accused of, and he will undergo some kind of psychiatric counseling. We're also told that he suffers from leg cramps. The judge will ask the Bureau of Prisons to give him magnesium tablets that he's been taking for that. No other medical issues were raised in court.
And Robert, in terms of the way James was apprehended yesterday, police were really thanking bystanders largely for this. He not only called himself in and reported where he was and ended up being arrested pretty close to that location, but there were other people who stepped in and told police, hey, I see him, I think he's here. So are any lessons learned here?
Well, I think we've been doing this for a while. Get the word out, engage the public, make them witnesses, and help you apprehend these individuals here. So I was expecting this to be honest. I was looking for him too, by the way, and I live in Brooklyn. So it's so everybody's on point. So I'm not surprised to see this all. And the neighborhood will come in and rally behind the police, and we've seen that on the apprehension. It went flawlessly. No more violence, and that's what it's all about.
All right, if you see something, say something. That was certainly at play yesterday. Aaron Katursky, Robert Boyce, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.